Hello students, this is Mrs. Miller, and the purpose of this video is to show you how to hold your thinking. I'm going to model how to hold your thinking as you're reading. I like to use think marks in my side margin, and sometimes after I make a certain think mark, that's these here, I also write a little bit more as well. When I'm finished reading a text, it often looks like this. Sometimes I have highlights, I have notes in the side margins, you can see my think marks. What I'm going to do today is model this for you. I'm going to read through this passage and I'm going to hold my thinking. If you didn't already do so, I would like for you to grab a copy of this article, Following Horrible Tragedy, S.C. Mayer Pledges Body Cameras for Cops. I'm going to break this video up into a couple of parts, so this is going to be part 1. You're also going to need to have access to the Reader's Use Think Marks page, and it would be very helpful if you also have some highlighters so that we can go through and highlight some information. The first thing I'd like for you to do is put your proper heading in the upper right-hand corner. Please put your proper heading in the upper right-hand corner. Now, that's going to be your name. Then you're going to put the date. I'm doing this on August 13th. Your day will probably be different. So I'm going to put the date. Please put whatever the date is. Please put the word reading, and then whatever block you're currently in. You're going to put either A, B, C, or D. For these purposes, I'm just going to put A, so reading A. The very next thing I want you to do is number the paragraphs. That way, when you write about this, you're going to be able to say the paragraph in which you got your information. So let's go through and number our paragraphs. This is paragraph 1, and then each place it's indented or moved in a little bit, that's the next paragraph. So here's paragraph 2. Go ahead and number with me. Paragraph 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So our first page has 9 paragraphs. I'm going to move to the second page. This is paragraph 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So we have 14 paragraphs. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start reading through this. And as I'm doing it, I'm going to use my highlighters. I'm going to be using my think mark papers to hold my thinking. Now, I'm not going to just highlight with no purpose in mind. There should be specific reasons that we're highlighting. So when I come to something that I think is funny, I am going to highlight it, and then I can write LOL. If I come to something that's confusing, I can highlight a portion of it and put a question mark, and then I'll ask whatever question it was that I had. The same thing for a favorite part, if I make a prediction, if I inferred something, so on and so forth. Okay, let's get started. Following horrible tragedy, S.C. Mayer pledges body cameras for cops. Source, Wesley L. and E.I., Washington Post, April 10th, 2015. North Charleston, South Carolina. The mayor of South Carolina, The mayor of the South Carolina town where a white officer was filmed fatally shooting an unarmed black man called the incident a horrible tragedy as he announced that all patrol officers would be outfitted with body cameras. Okay, I'm going to pause right there. Since this is note-taking and I'm teaching you, I want you to write in the right column, Miller's notes. We're going to put all of my notes here. And then when we finish this, you're going to read through it again and put your own thoughts and hold your thinking on your own. So on this side, on the left side, I want you to put my notes. So for demonstration purposes, for modeling purposes, we're going to fill this side here in together. Okay? All right, I already read the first paragraph, and right off the bat, there's something that kind of confuses me, something that I have a question about. So I'm going to put a question mark. I'm going to go ahead and grab my orange highlighter, and I'm going to highlight what happened. A white officer was filmed fatally shooting an unarmed black man. And my question is, why? Why would he do this? What was going on? So I'm going to jot down my question. Why did he do this? So I used my think mark. I'm confused about why an officer would shoot an unarmed man. I put my question mark, and then I jotted down my question. Let's continue on. There have been two families that have been harmed greatly by what occurred, both the victims and the officer's family, and our hearts go out to both of them, North Charleston Mayor Keith Sumney said during a Wednesday news conference. Michael Thomas Slager, a former North Charleston police officer, was arrested and charged with murder Tuesday for shooting and killing Walter Scott during a traffic stop 3 days earlier. Slager, 33, initially said after the shooting that Scott had taken his taser during a confrontation Saturday morning. But graphic video footage released Tuesday showed that Scott, age 50, appeared to be unarmed when he ran away. In the video, Slager is seen firing a volley of shots at Scott's back, and a criminal affidavit says that he struck the man multiple times. Police Chief Eddie Driggers said Wednesday that he was sickened by the footage. Okay, I have a thought. I visualize in my head, I could see this happening, probably because I'm also making a connection to some of the other violence I've seen, videos of white police officers against black males. I've seen some of that on the TV, and so I'm making a connection with that as well. So I think that's why I'm able to visualize so well. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my eyes to show that I can visualize. I can also put the C for connection, but I'm just selecting one strategy to put right here. Okay, continuing on. Wednesday's news conference turned chaotic at times as protesters interrupted officials with chants of "No justice, no peace," and demanded that Driggers answer questions about the investigation, which is being handled by the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. The FBI has also said it is investigating the incident. Now I am going to use my C for connection. There's protesters, and they're chanting "No justice, no peace." And my connection is what happened in Ferguson after Michael Brown was shot and some of the protests that were going on. So I'm going to put a C for connection. I'm going to put protesters. In Ferguson. And then in parentheses, I'm going to put Michael Brown. Now, remember, these are my thoughts, and for modeling purposes, I'd like for you to write this down as well. You might not even know who Michael Brown is, and that's okay, because these are my notes. When we finish this, you're going to have an opportunity to read back through it and make your own notes. This is the end of portion 1. You can pick up with this assignment with video number 2.